alternate costume ideas number 1, Mario. Now, when it comes to alternate costume idea videos I'm going to be doing, the amount I give per character will vary, as some characters I can easily come up with multiple um, alternate costumes, while some I can only probably find like one or two. Now, I wanted to simply start off with Mario because, well, he's the key main figure of Nintendo, and I was actually able to find out alternate costumes and come up with ideas for alternate costumes for him fairly easily. And I'm going to go through a list of ideas I basically think could be interesting ideas to go through and just give my thoughts on them, like really quickly, hopefully. Now, the first costume is basically going to be Dr. Mario. Now, it's already been assumed through the leak that this more than likely is going to be his own character, like he was back in Melee. But if that doesn't go through, if that's not actually true, I'm thinking a Dr. Mario costume would actually be cool enough to make sense for Mario. Not much to talk about there. Another idea would basically be the Mario Strikers Charged Mario, the soccer football Mario, basically with his little armored jersey with gloves and boots and whatnot. That kind of Mario, which would be kind of cool to see, represent the side sports games through even through costumes. Another one I could see for Mario would be not an actual Paper Mario, because that obviously wouldn't work. That'd have to be his own character, but a Paper Mario skin, like he's skinned to look more cartoony, more like Paper Mario, which in and of itself is not really the best representation for Paper Mario, I know that, but since we're more likely not going to get Paper Mario, this is kind of almost the next best thing, because it kind of still represents the character, especially since we're getting a stage, so kind of give that little costume change where his figure changes to look like a 3D Paper Mario type of thing. Another costume idea that would be kind of interesting would be more of a classic Mario. Now, there's not a big difference here, but I mean like a classic Mario that kind of resembles like, the old like guidebooks, handbooks, and like art styles, like on the cover and whatnot. You would see basically like back on the NES and Super Nintendo, like a classic Mario. Even like in the classic maybe like anime and whatnot too, like that more cartoony classic 80s, early 90s feel to Mario, which wouldn't make too big of a difference, but it does kind of change things up a bit, so I think that would be kind of a cool look for him. Another idea could be Tanooki Mario, put him in the Tanooki suit. Now, you obviously really wouldn't be able to do Tanooki-based attacks, but it's more of a visual costume change, and it's kind of a cool one at that because it has his historical status in the Mario series, and would be kind of a fun little visual change too, especially because they're now putting that version of him in Mario Kart 8 as DLC, so it would be kind of a cool costume like later on down the line, even as DLC for Smash Bros. 4. Kind of like historical, like back in older days of the series, to basically the fact that they brought the Tanooki tail back. Another idea which I think might actually be quite interesting is, how Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Bros. USA was based off the game Doki Doki Panic. How about taking the character that Mario is based off of in that game when they switched over to the Mario characters, like that character, and take his costume, which was like the little Arabian, like Aladdin type character kid, and putting that costume on Mario. Now that would be kind of cool. Like have him represent the character that he's basically been swapped out for when they made that game Super Mario Bros. USA, Super Mario Bros. 2. I think that would be kind of cool. And one last idea when it comes to Mario would be the Super Mario Sunshine Mario, which is not a very big visual difference, but basically the main difference there is that he has his sleeves, up a little higher, so you can kind of see the bottom part of his arms, like he was about to go on vacation. He's like that kind of thing. Like he was trying to get ready for the sun and whatnot. Like he's like basically, it's not a big difference to his costume, but see that little difference in even in just his sleeves would be kind of fun. Obviously, the flood wouldn't be on his back, even though it's a part of his moveset. But I mean, like the visual change, as in the Mario costume you see right before you. And that's my idea. My ideas for costumes for Mario. Hope you guys like these ideas. Which ones do you like? Which ones don't you like? Put in the comment section even ideas that I might have forgot that you think would be cool ideas for Mario 2. And that I leave you at that. Have a nice day and see you guys later in my next idea video. Peace.